about that. And I'm totally okay with that, and that tension with my core audience. So in that sense, I don't feel as though I've had that audience capture take place, but I know it can happen, and I'm very open to being told ways in which it may be happening without me noticing.
So I've made a call for questions on Reddit for this conversation. There's a lot of good questions that I'll probably bring up, but one of them was about Marianne Williamson, asking why David thinks she is a garbage candidate, which of course
I've never said.
but perhaps you have more eloquently criticized her. So let's go there.
Sure.
To the 2024 election.
Okay.
So Joe Biden officially announced that he's running again. Donald Trump officially announced that he's running again. If that's the matchup, who do you think wins?
If the election's held today, I think Biden.
Why?
Well, first of all, I believe he won last time. And if I start with the results from 2020 and I think to myself, what has happened since then that would push or pull voters one way or the other, I have a hard time making a case that Trump is in a better position today than he was in November of 2020. So that's kind of my starting point, which is it's a rematch of an election with a known outcome. What has changed? And I can't make a case for circumstances having changed in Trump's favor. To give a couple of state level examples, Florida seems to be kind of moving more to the Republican side since 2020, but Trump won that state already in 2020, so it wouldn't really change the outcome. Arizona was close. I think Arizona has moved to the left since 2020, so I don't see Trump taking that one. Wisconsin, I think the same sort of thing applies. So being very practical, that would be kind of the start of my reasoning.
Do you think Joe Biden is a better candidate now than he was in 2020?
I think he's a worse candidate. This is going to sound ageist, but I think he's a worse candidate in that he's even older and there already seems to be an appetite for younger candidates, particularly on the Democratic voting side. So he's going to be 4 years older, and in a sense, that could be a liability. However, he also is going to have 4 years of accomplishments. Now, you might not like the things he's done, in which case that would hurt him. But he has started to accumulate a not insignificant number of accomplishments. Some of the big things that are known, Inflation Reduction Act and COVID stimulus, but also less well-known things like a bunch of little tweaks to healthcare, a bunch of little tweaks to student lending. There's been a lot of little things. At the macro level, I don't actually think Joe Biden has that much to do with this, the same way I didn't credit or attack Trump for a lot of the macroeconomic stuff, but inflation has started to come down significantly. The stock market's quite steady. These sort of things. I think looking historically, it's a pretty okay environment for Joe Biden, with the exception that he was already the oldest president to be inaugurated in 2021, and he would beat his own record in January of 2025. And I just don't know how voters are going to see that.